Hi, welcome to our channel. We're the GraceNotesStitchers. I'm Corinne.
I'm Colleen.
And Paris is here with us.
And a fresh haircut.
Yeah, she does have a fresh haircut. And she didn't want to give me my seat today. And then when I did sit down and pick her up, she's like kissing me like, thank you, Mommy, for making video. She's been aching. Whenever the both of us come down to cut fabric or something, she always runs down like, are we making a video? And if our chairs aren't set up,
yeah, they're all just propped up. Then she's like, are you going to put it down?
And then
where's my seat?
Then she leaves us. She won't even stay down with us.
Yeah, it's too cold. She gets cold now.
Yeah, she's naked. But so anyway, a whole lot has happened for us in the past month since we've chatted with you all. And we will do our winners at the end. You'll see a cut because we forgot to draw them. So we'll splice that in because we had some drawings for our
giveaway.
Is it 5 years?
Yeah, 5-year anniversary.
Wow. So we will do that at the end, but we have to stop anyway because my youngest is going to need picked up from work anyway. So we'll probably not make it through our whole video because somebody's been doing lots of stitching.
I wonder who.
Well, we both have. You don't have as much to show because
I've been working on specific things.
Correct. So we'll start with finishes.
Do we have to?
We usually do. I mean, we don't have to.
Just to get it out of the way then. As you all know, I have been focusing on my Peacock Pals project that I enjoy stitching along with my aunt. I've very fallen behind in that because by the Memorial Day, which has now passed, I want to finish my piece Memorial Day by Hands-On Design. And I finished it. The words, I don't know the last time you saw it or what progress, but the words, those were pretty okay. The flowers, I'll tell you, now I'm going to try to slightly fold it. But yeah, this green down here, I had gotten like from one edge to very close to the edge and was like, it's not meeting up. So I had to rip that all out. And it was just like most of that light green. And then as I was stitching the full stitches for the dark green, I was like, wait, I'm stitching in one strand, so I can do the back stitch at the same time. And then the last thing I did was the specialty stitch, and then the flowers. But I went through the flags. The back stitching on the flags themselves, that was very quick and quite fun to do. So it wasn't a horrible stitch, and I liked how it came, like how it is on the 36 count. So I'm happy with it.
Would you do another hands-on design?
I am doing another hands-on design.
What are you?
I believe. I think it's called Tulip House, if that's the right designer. Tulip House.
Oh, Tulip
the
House.
Flowers. It's done on like a blackboard kind of fabric, and I have just like plain navy, and it's on linen, so that's why you haven't seen it. But yeah, it's got the weak side works and everything.
I do remember that.
So, but yeah, this was done with the sulkies, the pack that was like made for this, and I have plenty of leftover thread.
All right, so new starts.
Yes, as Memorial Day has passed, also has Mother's Day, and my thread is on the front. Let me just check this. Do you show your cover photo? Do you have your cover photo?
I don't. Wait, I might. It might be in here.
So these were planned starts for quite some months.
No. No, I know where it is. So no. It's
yeah, not. I think I saw it first.
Yeah. On the floor.
So yes, she has. I think just
rosacea.
Hers is called rosacea. The rose mandala. Mine is called convolvulacea, which is morning glory mandala. So that's what I will be calling it because I don't want to butcher that word anymore. Sorry if there's a glare on the plastic, but it's pretty fun to stitch on. There is Sullivan's, there's the Dinky Dyes, there are Mill Hill beads, a lot of the beads where you see like a lot of these green strands, a little closer, and then all these little things on those edges, those are all those beads. It's very colorful. I do like it. And of course, what color did I start stitching it with? Ta-da! Yes, so this is the Dinky Dyes. I just don't like that it's 28 count. We're doing one called for because of the size of the beads, but it still looks good. I like the coverage. So that's mine.
Yeah, the coverage is actually really good. And it's hand dyed, so it helps to shrink the holes.
And I'm doing mine on 28 count Joe Bullen Mojito Smoothie.
And mine is on
Cupid.
Cupid, which is not available at this time.
Yes.
I started right there with this rose, and we've worked on it twice, Mother's Day and then another Sunday. So I moved up to the purple section on our second Sunday. I did all the leaves also because I didn't have them done the first week. I think I put in just like, I think it's 1,300 stitches. I can't be sure of any of my stitches. I have not added up anything for this month at all. Nothing.
Neither have I, because I never do.
But that's okay.
I'll show my last bit, and I'll just let you
Okay.
go. So I have gotten maybe 50 stitches since the last time this was shown.
50?
Probably.
Don't tell Jamie. Because weren't you ahead?
She'll watch this video. Yeah, so I've been working on this dark brown here, the butterfly, a lot more green in there, and I'm still not really close to moving the thing, but it's all those just tiny stitches to fit in.
Before you put that other one down, show your needle minder.
This one?
Yeah. So these are Agnes's, Agnes needle minders on Etsy.
And it's got, look at my beautiful back, just kidding. And then it's got back.
Yeah. So I pulled these off because I thought, oh, that'd be cool for us to have special needle minders. I have magnet boards. They're metal.
When she says she has some, she has probably a dozen, and they're completely filled.
Half a dozen.
And she has even more that she needs more boards to be able.
Like half a dozen. They're like the size of a license plate.
They're more rectangular. Well, I mean, I guess
that's
more
rectangular. Smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 4, 8, 9. Yeah, you have at least 10.
Okay, where I thought, but some of them are more spread out than others. I like my clay ones
dedicated to a certain brand.
Right. So my clay ones are more spread out than like my
enamel ones.
Enamel or the plastic ones. Plastic and wooden ones I have like touching each other. But these Agnes's needle minders are really neat. She does really detailed work. I've had them for quite a while and I just don't use them. But I thought we're doing flowers, so it'd be cool to have.
You gave me the ladybug, because that was my designated bug as a child.
Yes, she liked ladybugs. Ladybug things, not ladybugs themselves. Right? All right. So, still working on this, one motif a week. So the clouds have all been done this past month.
It's coming along.
It is coming along, and I even started the border. So, excuse me, I have hiccups a little bit. This abstract kind of swirly is going to go all the way up and around. One motif a week, I'm not sure. I might be dedicating numbers of stitches because that is going to take me some time to do that one color. So I don't even know like how to break the border up into motifs because I want to be fair to my other stuff that I have going on, and I don't want to only be working on this because it is going to be boring doing just swirlies and lots of counting because it's a design, not a picture. So anyway, I'm still liking it, still working on it. I know I've been telling you all the wrong color for this too.
Oh, you said it was, this is sparkling, right?
That's what I kept calling it.
Oh, but it's blackberry latte.
But it's blackberry latte. I was holding it up to something and I pulled it out at a retreat I was at, and I said, oh, and this is our blackberry latte on Jobolin. And I went, wait. Oh no, I've been telling everybody, but it's like, it was funny because without looking at the paper, I recognized the color. And then it was like, oh, I've been telling people the wrong thing. But yeah, I recognized the color when somebody was looking at sparkling grape.
One time.
Yeah, I was showing it. I was like, oh, I've been saying that wrong all along. So I apologize. Let's see here. I really have a lot. So the beginning of the month, Mr. Grace Notes and I went to West Virginia. My son graduated. We put lots of pictures on Facebook and then in our Facebook group. And while we were there, we went into a little shop. I didn't get a chance to buy anything, but it's called the Village Sampler in St. Albans, West Virginia. And it's kind of neat because I lived in St. Albans when my sisters were born there. So I was 3 or 4 when we moved there, and I was almost 6 when we left. But I do remember like the house that we had and everything. And this shop was like within 5 minutes of where I used to live. So it was really neat talking to the owner. And she's only been there since, well, no, she's only been there since I had left. But she was very neat. Her name is Pat, and it's a great shop. So if you are ever near the Charleston area of West Virginia, it's definitely worth a stop. I got to meet a couple employees. They are all really nice. They gave me hugs before I left. They even gave us an order, which I'm shipping out today or tomorrow, which is exciting that I already have that done and ready. But anyway, that was part of our travel. And then was the next trip his birthday?
No, that was the small vending retreat.
Yes, and then we were in Lancaster for a different retreat, a small retreat with Stitches Unlimited. It was a 1 day thing. That was fun. And then following that, I took him. So actually, you've been home. I took him to Baltimore Harbor, Inner Harbor, for his birthday. That's why what I was getting at was for this project. I took this with me, and I took a few things. But I did this in less than 2 days. I got my 500 stitches in. This is my Katrina by John Clayton Elegance. And my goal for that was 500 stitches. And within 2 nights, I actually had that done. So the one night, all I did was my one strand because, it was our little getaway. So I didn't really, and I was exhausted. We did an escape room, which that was really fun. It was an outdoor.
One designated for where you guys were at.
Yeah. I just Googled like things to do in that area, and that was one of the things that popped up. And I ordered it early enough that it got shipped. So we actually took the box with us, and that was fun. But long story with my medication and all that kind of stuff. I was not medicated. I haven't been for a while for my arthritis, and it was exhausting to say the least. So that by that night, I was too tired to stitch, but I did do my one strand. So I was really glad that I had finished this up. And the stitching glasses that I have, it was great because he turned on, what is the new Hunger Games?
Ballad of Songbird and Snakes.
Yeah, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And I don't do snakes.
So she was able to listen to the movie, not watch the
yeah,
movie.
because
she put her regular glasses on and said, "Oh, that's what they look like."
Yeah, at the very end, I was done stitching and I was able to see what the characters actually looked like because even though I was sitting pretty close to the TV because I turned my chair, I can only see like within a 3 foot range clearly with those stitching glasses. So yeah, I didn't have to see anything, and he would just tell me, "Don't look up." Not like I could have seen it, but I prefer to not. But I can't even see a picture of a snake. I just can't.
But she thinks that I can see pictures of the very detailed insects, mainly bees.
He came out with a bee. It's
an
Malcolm Watson.
bee.
It's on its back. So you see the belly and it is.
You have very interesting taste if you decide to stitch that. I would just say that. I'm not really judging, but I can't even look at that.
I had to show it to her. I was like, "Can you believe this? Like, that's crazy."
Here, boom, in your face. Yeah, thanks.
It was funny.
Thank goodness I don't have a good memory.
Yeah. So this is my new one strand a day. Cat is somewhere.
Story.
What's that?
The
Never ending story. And I have been working on Falcor. I did finish the words. I don't think I had the words done, and I did a little bit more of the border. Finished this. My one strand of 3865 is quite long, so I can get in like 70 or 80 stitches on one strand. But I mean, this is what it's going to look like. So I'm thinking this could be done in the next maybe 2 months if I keep going with it. I really haven't looked into how much backstitching there is, but oh yeah, I've been through almost a whole skein of 3865. Like there's a lot of it in here. Do I know what color I'm doing this one? No. I know it's really bad that I don't know
Is it
offhand.
peaches and cream?
I want to say it's peaches and cream. Maybe it is. It could be. No, I didn't write anything on there.
Oh, tag gets ignored.
Why would I do that? All right. This I just pulled out. These are basically, you're getting newest to oldest because I'm going backwards because that's the last thing I brought down. I'm not quite done with this. It will be a finish next month when you see it again because I am so close. 500 stitches was the goal for WIP Go, and I had all but like 80 of the metallic done, and I was like, I'm going for it. And that put me at like 80% to having this thing finished. This is Arabian Princess by Creatively Crafting. And, you know, it's just such little things. I was like, oh, I can do that. These things are a nightmare, by the way, because each one of them is stitched separately. Because I'm afraid that you can get black foam board, right?
You can, yeah. It's usually when you carry across, it's when you can see, like, it's very obvious on white fabric. But you can see the threads carried over from underneath. You just see a strand. And that's sometimes I've had, not of my own pieces, but when I would do lacing and framing, that if their threads weren't hidden too good, like it would stick out. It's usually a wedding samplers or just anything. Yeah, on the edges is where they would leave a big tail out, and it would show.
Yeah, so I am, unfortunately, it's if Mary Barbara is watching this, thank you. I'm using your method, and that is how I'm starting them. I'm starting like on the front and going back through. So each one I'm doing separate and not carrying because I am very much afraid with the light color of carrying it across. Today is June 2nd, so I will do my one strand and give as much time as I can to this. But then I need to start working on June goals. So I'm hoping that I get this finished tonight. This is my other one strand project. I am waiting on some Krynic. I have it on order. Hopefully it'll get here. Y'all know the slow manufacturing of Krynic at this time. They'll be caught up eventually. So I'm not real worried because, again, I swapped projects. But my kitty cat, Mozart Cat by Pamela Kellogg, is completely stitched except for Krynic. There might be backstitching. I haven't gotten that far. It doesn't matter to me right now. I'm beyond, I don't want to say beyond caring, but I've moved on. So, I mean, I'm not going to backstitch before Krynic anyway, right? I did this. Well, that was mainly metallic. I don't know. I'd be curious. You all backstitch? I know there are people who backstitch as they go. I don't. So that's not really my question. It's more of if you leave your backstitch to the end, do you do Krynic and then backstitch, or do you backstitch and then Krynic?
And then if there's beads, where do you put those? When do you put those?
I do. You know what? I do Krynic, backstitch, beads.
I think beads are tough. Backstitch is first, then. Well, no, Krynic is there could be, just depending on the pattern, if there is backstitching right around the Krynic, and that technically is a stitch, and then yeah, beads are just final touches, especially because I like using the invisible thread.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say I've not done a ton of beading. I've done a lot of beading on specific. I've been beading maybe 3 times, but a lot of it on certain projects. But when I had the whisper thread for my one mirabilia,
yeah.
Oh, that stuff's so annoying. A bunch of you can relate to that, I believe.
What's worse, whisper or Krynic?
I would say whisper just because it's almost like, what do you call that?
Buzzing up a ball.
Like the cotton of, like, it's just uneven. It's very, like, I actually have to use tiny strands of it. So, I don't know if I have any patterns calling for it anytime soon. So, unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know either. Her bed is all bunched up next to Colleen with a blanket on top, and she is actually laying on it. It's pretty cool.
I think she's cold.
and nobody's upstairs. We're home alone. For May, we were stitching, I think it was this motif here, and maybe this flower. So I got that done. And then, I don't know where I'm going in June.
I know somewhere you said you made a mistake and then you had to pull it out. Somewhere like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it. Oh, I did it already, right?
Yeah, I think that's what you put back, but you had to take it out. And you're like, I'm not putting it back in right away.
I know. I made.
It is 40 count. One strand linen.
Yeah, and I can't do it when I'm tired. Oh no, something came out. All right. Yeah, one strand and me don't get along real well. That's why I don't like these Algerian eyelets. They're not all Algerian eyelets, though. Some of them are just backstitch star type things. I got my Anna Green Gables motif.
And Anna's, is her name? No, Anne. Her face is still not there.
I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Back man.
Yep. I finished in there and I did some of that. So I think this was supposed to take me 2 months, so I quit. Like I hit my 400 and I was like, oh, instead of moving on, I will finish that later because otherwise it's going to take me to November and not December to finish it. So I didn't quite finish all in there, but I still have yet to rip the rest of that brown out. So I was working on that a little bit. Well, I know that that's the first thing I'll be doing.
Nice.
Because it bothers me. That bothers me more than her Pac-Man thing.
I mean, again, when you focus on like the subject of the project or painting, whatever, like that's what I focused on. So all I think of. So my nose is itchy.
And then we have Amazing Grace. If you want to open that up, I actually have a cover photo in there.
With a project bag inside of a project bag.
I know. I do have a cover
Tilton Crafts. Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
Full coverage.
And I got this sticker and started to work over here.
Is that the lid?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool, isn't it? So I am almost at the edge. That's my goal for June, I think, is to try to make it to the outside edge. Will I actually? I don't know, because I do only put in 1,000 stitches a month. But that's because I have other projects I put more into, and I don't want to spend too much time on one thing. I have too many things that need my attention.
What I say, some is better than none.
That's right.
And yeah, my projects get done sometimes, but it is what it is.
And I like to spread my love around. I live in this constant struggle of, do I just keep working on this, get more done? But it's like, if it's not going to be finished, then I wasted.
But I would say, like, you have your goals. So if you've met your goal, then
yeah,
move on.
Yeah. But Mr. Grace Notes doesn't agree. He always thinks, just finish it. Just work on all that.
If he had that many projects, I think he'd be a little overwhelmed.
Yes, I agree. This one is almost done. This is my Main Street. This is my Grace Notes Stitch Along on Pistachio Frappe.
But finally a farm girl.
The only thing I've left is the
letters.
bees in the corners and the letters. And she said she was going to put it together for me, but I don't have them yet. So I'm hoping to finish this in June. I did get the border done. So I'm really excited because I'm hoping to have it laced and possibly framed. I don't think that would be framed, but well, we'll order the frame and not leave it there.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of lacing and all that, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. At least the past week, I've gone maybe 6 pieces done. I have plenty of more to do, so I'm keeping busy.
You are keeping busy. You're getting lots of orders, both local and ones that you ship. We already got some shipped out this past week.
Yes.
And she got them back and said they look great. Did you get comments?
I don't think.
Okay, well, she was very excited about her package.
Nice.
All right, so we got this motif done. No, I think I did that already. You all probably know better than me, but
You were like, yes, that's what you did this month. That's what you did that month.
I'm going to be working my way down here for the next, I think the next 2 months are these right here.
And I think like even just being the one color, like at least it's not, well, I mean, my personal is that I don't love too much cream or beige, but yeah, it'll look really great. Like just being like a statement piece, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually now looking at this, and
like it's very stark. Like it is.
Yes.
It just stands out very well.
But I'm actually looking at this as though it is going to be done by December of 2026 because I have it broken into that many parts, and it's becoming a reality now because I've been keeping up with it.
Yeah.
And now my worry is how big it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because I do believe, where is my paper on this? It's upstairs. I believe this is on 28 count. So honestly, if I had to do it again, it would be on
32 or 36.
32 or 36, exactly.
My go-to is 36.
I wouldn't do it over one because some of my back stitching is
2 strands.
It is all 2 strands. But doing it over one, you do 1 strand. However, there's fractional, like they go through the center of some of the stitches or some of the squares. So unlike Ada, where I can break the threads, you can't do that when you're doing over one on
break the fibers of the fabric.
Right.
No, that was something definitely in Memorial Day that it's. I mean, I don't. If I have a project on Ada, that's I'll finish it. Maybe we started if it's at that starting point.
You're like, yeah, this is Ada.
It's like 18. No, it's 18 or 20.
It's 18.
Yeah, it's 18. But I was definitely backstitching as in like the center of a stitch, like not that there was an actual stitch there, but of the tic-tac-toe board, like you would.
That has a lot of it.
Gotcha. I mean, and yeah, it gives it a little bit more finesse, like a flow of it. And it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard, but it was interesting that I did.
But it makes you not want to do over one because you can't really gauge that.
Exactly. Yeah. But mine's 36 count. And I did do 1 strand.
But you did it over 2.
But I did it over 2.
Right. So you had a tic-tac-toe board.
But you're not doing 40 count.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would be doing it for 1.
Oh, I was talking about if
I shrink a project.
Right. But I could do 25 count over 1, and that would make it like 50 count.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta look over the pattern and see kind of stitches before you're like, oh, I would just want to use this fabric if you're using those types that you could run into those issues.
Yep. All right, so I got 500 stitches on this, or
did
I get 1,000?
Epic Storybook by Clouds Factory.
Yep, Epic Storybook Princess.
And it is.
I did him and her and this. So I don't know if I got 500 or 1,000. I'm guessing 500 because that sounds like it would be my goal. Yes, it is 500. I'm sorry. Again.
I said they look like 300 stitches each.
Yeah. And I think he was started. So that would make sense. And I got into the raccoon. I mean, once I got into it and it got solid, it's okay. Clouds Factory is no joke. Like, there's a lot of detail.
Yeah, I remember when you did Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Yeah, and I'm doing Anderson's now. And I don't think that's been called yet. Sorry, I'm trying to anchor these. But
the Leaning Tower of projects.
Yeah, I've been busy. Like, I didn't think with all of our trips, I honestly didn't think I'd hit my goals. And I remember one of my Aprils I carried over into May by a day or 2.
Gotcha.
And
you're definitely one that you'd say, yeah, I got a lot of projects, and if someone doesn't leave you, you're like, just sort my Flosstube in a month. I can stitch on 15 projects.
And here we go, making finery. She got 3,100 stitches. Yes, some of these I do actually remember. Look at her. She's got a head.
She's got a cheek.
She's guarding a cheek. I don't know if you can see if I pull her back like this, but I want to look at her some more. Got her forehead completely solid stitched. There is nothing left up in here. Her hair is completely solid, done up through there. So that I'm really happy about. We started on the eyelid with her eyelashes. Her eyes are closed, or she's looking down. So you won't see any eyeball, like any
Iris.
white or iris. Yeah, there won't be anything to the eye. But yeah, we got some of her cheek. Here's her nose. I got a little bit more done up in here. Some more of the swirly. Oh, and then I did some more in that rose. Some stuff I really know what I did. If you can't tell. This is one I can spend lots of time on. But my goal is 1% every month, which equals about 3,000 stitches. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to take me some time, but as I clear others off my plate, as long as I don't keep starting,
which you have to start.
Oh.
And yeah, I think it took us 3 years to do our Eiffel Quaker, so I have no idea how long this will take. It'll take me a while. Like, I was done with my Eiffel Quaker first, but this.
Do we have a plan to keep working on it?
I mean, if we work on it every Sunday.
Yeah.
I get like 20 stitches in. I have a very short attention span.
Some days. Some days you can stitch for hours. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to some of these other. Do I only have that one? I showed that. I showed that. Showed that. Okay. This is my largest at the moment. Ugh. This is on my 110 Amanice. Is that your sister?
No, she would be okay.
Yeah, this is a bag my friend made me. My local friend. She's not a
store-ish.
Yeah,
business.
She's not a business. She was helping me because I failed at my other bag.
You don't want makeup on your project.
1,000 stitches went into her, and you can barely tell because I filled in some more up there. Hold on. I filled in more up there. Filled in some more thread. Can you balance that for me? Thank you. More in here, and a tiny bit of skin, like not a lot, but again, the eyes, the eyelids, I did a lot of gray fill in, and then a lot of this here. But the frog has not been my friend this month. He's not been kind. So
you mean the frog paid you a visit because he's never nice.
Well, that's true. The frog came often. So maybe he was trying to become my friend. I don't know. But I frogged a lot in this and had to re-put them in. And that's been happening more than I care to say. And, I'm finding mistakes that are old mistakes. Even making finery, I had to fix some things. I had to cut things out. I do. I have both bars.
Oh, okay. I don't see it, that's why.
No, it's in my bag. All right. Ha! I made it through all my WIPS. Look at that. Now. Sorry, now I got to get to my bag that has our haul. We have lots of haul. Or I have lots of haul.
Yes, I am looking at my piece of haul. Unless there's haul I do not know of. But this I got at the retreat that she was at. She got it for me. And I love the colors. And I don't know if my aunt saw this or not, but I bet she would be jealous. These are some of her favorite
That
colors.
I got at Stitches Unlimited.
Yes, and
what did I want this for?
What's that?
Oh, to know it count. Oh, I am doing it on 32 count. Do different is done on 32 count.
That nice floral print on the inside. And this will fit in 11 by 11. So
is the bag maker's name on here?
I do not see a tag.
Her name's Margaret. I don't remember her last name, and I don't know her business name.
Thank you, Margaret, for your beautiful bags.
But I see her when I go over to Marcia's as well. She makes beautiful floss drops as well. Totally outside of my norm.
I
But
think your norm's crazy, so it is your norm.
that's one person's opinion. Mr. Grace Notes liked it because it's dolphins colors. But I was trying to pick between this and I think was it blue or was it lemons? It was another fruit, and I couldn't decide. But the aqua and orange was really just calling to me, so I was like, I think I'll be happiest with this. Fabric of the month.
I totally forgot what color it was.
Hey, look what our fabric of the month is.
Orange. That's why, right?
Mm-hmm. It's Tiger Lily. We both have Joblin. I failed again. I didn't bring down linen or Ada.
So
sorry about that.
Yeah, ours definitely show up as the peach. Some were very bright as the linen or Ada's, and even some Laganas.
Yeah,
but
the Lagana dyes pretty much like the Ada because of
the not having sizing. Yeah, this is definitely a great color for when I don't know if I'll take like a bunch because I know I'll do 36 count for my silver lining flowers. That if I just like lay them out and just like designate a piece, and I wouldn't say I would kit them up because that I don't have space for that.
You could slide the fabrics into the package.
Eventually. But yeah, I think even like an orange flower would look good if it has some kind of like back stitch.
We got in our Modena that doesn't have the finishing anymore. So our Modena is going to look a little different. It'll have more color to it. And we're getting in Verdal without sizing.
Nice. And we named it after the flower.
The Tiger Lily, yeah.
The Tiger Lily.
And kind of from Peter Pan.
The color is based on the flower. The name is inspired slightly by that. Yes, this one is called Palomino, after the horse, not the gold.
The gold?
There's a color, Palomino gold.
Oh.
So yeah, it's very like if you looked at the Palomino horse, like very good. There are times we struggle with names. There are times that we're like, nope, it's called this, even if it looks like this. Like it turns out slightly different.
Mine's Jovelin, hers is the Lugana.
Yes, Lugana.
So the Adas and linens look like that.
What is it? Saying about the colors, but
coming up with the names.
Yeah, I think I just said my thought.
Sorry,
it's very nice though.
I distracted you. I got something new from
Yarn Tree. No, Witch Elf.
Yeah, Yarn Tree. It is Witch Elf because I'm going to restart my Twyla Fairy Storyteller because the hand dyed with 2 strands, even on tent, is driving me nuts. So I'm going to do a few stitches. I've never done full coverage on 32. So I guess I should have.
This is undyed.
This is not dyed.
It's solid, but it's not dyed.
I should try a corner before I cut it and commit to it. But these are new colors for Witch Elf, and they only have it in Lugana right now. But it's Dusty Lavender and Pale Lavender. So they have like 4 new colors, but
obviously purple called to me.
Purple called to me, but for my full coverage, I don't want white. Anything but white, right?
So with solids, is it like they dye the?
I think they dye the thread,
the cotton, whatever it is, and then weave it because I would keep it from shrinking.
That's my thought.
Be the same size.
Yeah. Here's my thought. All right, so now I can use those now that I have shown them, and then we'll show that last. That's our giveaways. Oh, no, I don't have it. Did I show this last one?
I don't think.
So, I got my package from European Cross Stitch Company finally. My illuminated medieval sampler, I had asked for them to kit up for me, but I go ahead and say I'm patient. I'll wait for the Glorianas and all that because I'd rather wait and get everything at once than me try to kit them up because I learned the hard way. Kitting up on my own costs way
back.
more.
Yeah, you did
way
my
more.
mess bag.
Yeah, you're welcoming back.
Cup for you.
Yeah, 1 second for you. Paris was excited to come back down though. As soon as we said making a video, she stood at the top of the stairs because Colleen came down, and she's like, "Mommy, are you coming too?" As soon as I started, it was like, "Whoo!" Down she goes. But picked up on, oh, she's back in her blanket in her bed. But we were able to do our drawing for our winners, so I have their names. I got my coffee, so I have that, and I have my last bit of haul. And we have plans. All right. So I've been backing off.
Oh, but yeah.
Right? I was buying quite a few at a certain period of time.
Yeah, like once a week.
Well, yeah, she only puts out once a week, but I was like, you have to be really fast because she only makes so many. And I was doing really good, and I was like, I gotta stop because I don't need this money. But it's my favorite color, and she put a pearl, which is my birthstone, into the middle of that one, or by its tail. So I had to get that. Yeah. And Mr. Grace Notes was like, I think you need to get that. So I was able to purchase one of these Clay by Kim. She does name them, but I don't remember what it was called. But
and if how many you have, you're like, that would be called that. Like,
I would never remember. Yeah, you're right.
They're like children. I have too many.
Too many children.
I would say
there's a lady who comes to Ohio retreat and brings all of her projects because she calls them children, and she can't leave any behind.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you weren't there. That's when Leanne and Lauren went with me. Yes. All right. And then for Mother's Day, my daughter kind of went all out.
This daughter, by the way,
went all out. I'm sad because she ordered a box for herself and it's still not shipped yet.
Yeah.
But we checked with the website. It's stitchybox.com. So
thank you, Rebecca, for enabling me to get this.
Yeah.
But I'm getting. Oops, sorry, don't hit that. And I got one for her. So here we go.
So she's getting the peacock box. It was supposed to have shipped by now, but it says not shipped yet. Like it's under the coming soon boxes, so we know that it hasn't been moved to shipped yet.
Right.
Whereas my coffee one came very quickly because it was already in the process of shipping, and we could only pick from like 2 fabrics because we had to take what was left. Yes, our friend Becca sent us the link. Why? So I did get a couple patterns. The flosses are not in the patterns.
Yeah.
So that's okay. But one of the patterns I'm not going to show you because it was Halloween and coffee. So, because I do send anything Halloween I end up with, I send to Hannah from Hannah Dowling. But this was coffee and Halloween, and Hannah does not drink coffee. So I sent it to Becca. So anyway, I did get this pattern, and this is a Stitchy Box pattern.
So in Stitchy Box, you get a very beautifully packaged, put together of one item you're supposed to open over a period of 30 days, and I probably would do that just to savor it because of how much it was. But yeah, she was able to open it all on Mother's Day. So, yeah, and that she's just showing me everything.
Yeah, I did open it all one fell swoop because it was Mother's Day. But another coffee pattern that I will do. This one is by Kiokiz, Kiokiz. Another one that I will also do. None of these are like beyond the realm of me doing them because I want to do them all. I did put some of them back in the wrappers just so that I didn't lose them. Oh, okay. These are cute. You want to show them that?
Oh,
I love that.
Probably know what this is. If you're a stitcher, you know what these are. They're very interesting, but a little intimidating. Sorry, my throat. There. So, interesting scissors. You can say that. I'm gonna have to get water.
So the only disappointing thing, and they do advertise this, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. So yeah, that's Probably the only disappointing thing is the fact that you could technically,
Yeah, not like you're not getting a better value for the stuff kind of thing.
but you'd have to go looking for all the stuff yourself, and that's not fun either. So
Yeah, not
it's
worth the
kind of like
hassle.
the European cross stitch company. Like you get it all in one fell swoop, and it's always fun opening gifts. And I can't fault her because she puts these things in all these cute little bags, and she numbers them, and she puts like explanations. So a lot of work goes into them. Like so,
So it is worth it.
yeah, it's definitely worth the time and effort and all of that. So just be wary, is what I should say. Is like
If that's something you were.
leaning towards.
Yeah.
So I got some finishing supplies, which of course I'll need help with because I don't finish anything. Like
Yeah.
fully finished.
Yeah, her framing is her
My
fully.
friend Dana does, and she knows. I've seen her do it. Like she's used stuff like that. We
I
might
wonder,
zoom.
do you stitch through that?
No, you glue it.
Oh.
You glue it to a flat fold.
Oh.
I mean, you could technically, I guess.
No idea.
This is just a decoration to put with your coffee display of whatever stuff you have. It does say don't use on food. So, Gentle Arts limited edition, which is really pretty. And then look at all these beautiful stitchy. These are called flower silks by Stitchy Box. I don't know if they're different than this is French spun silk, but these are all dyed by Stitchy Box, which I think is really cool, and the beautiful colors. So this is my favorite. You want to hold that up? Why?
Oh, raspberry
That's
truffle.
raspberry truffle. Then we have mint mocha, burnt caramel, lavender, because she said, you can try lavender coffee. Not this girl. Athena's owl, flower silk duo, French spun silk, camel, because it's color coffee, and oat.
Yeah, my reason for staying away from floral stuff is
allergies.
If I'm allergic to it just by breathing it, why would I ingest it?
Right, and I'm scared of that stuff too.
Even if it didn't do anything to me, I'm not running that risk.
I can't wait. So I have to find the perfect thing to put that on. And then I was really excited. I got some charms. I don't know how good these are going to show off, but I'll put fabric behind it.
French press?
Yep, that's the French press. And then a little coffee charm. My sister made some things with this for the Main Street, but I can add it to it. Oh, I could add this to my Main Street chart.
Oh yeah. You could hang it like
right at the coffee shop.
Maybe like on top of the window now, because it shows behind it. You could you could hang it maybe on the door. Like a wreath.
Yeah. Wreath. Absolutely. There's a little heart.
As a bead, right?
Yep. Look at these coffee beans. I mean, I have so many coffee projects. I'll be able to add to everything. Yeah, I'm so excited
it's nice
to use
add
these.
Like a creative flair to it.
Yeah, and I can, and I will. These all have special names too. Opaque cherry, matte espresso. Those are my favorite. Luminous green, and rainbow topaz. I think there was something she said about these. Add a touch of shimmery caramel to your stitching with these little beads. So, very cute. Oh my goodness. This is also one of my favorites. I touch whatever that aesthetic, whatever that word would be of liking how things feel. I love how that my thumb just fits right into that.
Is that beeswax?
Yeah, it's beeswax.
Oh, it's not.
And it's the shape of a coffee bean. It is so cool. But
there's a word for you like in this thing.
Yeah.
Like that okay, that feels nice.
Yeah, just like
comment that word. Even if I look it up, but a word for like
liking how something feels in your hand, like
specifically your hand.
Yeah, just like you like to touch.
Well, I maybe have heard that word.
You like how something feels like my palm pet, my sloth, like how I rub it in my hand.
Okay,
it's soothing.
It's
comforting.
You know the word. We
don't. I don't know.
It's always that moment.
Maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know.
Flosstube brain of like you'll remember afterwards.
Oh yeah, and then premium Vietnamese coffee. Now this is supposed to be for like when you travel, because it's basically instant coffee. But I'm just gonna drink it here because I'm not waiting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait till I go a trip because you already went on all those trips and she couldn't use it.
Because I wanted to show it off here.
Exactly. She'd be like, "Here's my wrapper," and oh, I do have a picture of it.
That would have been funny, wouldn't it?
Or even like, "Look, I'm drinking." Or
should we do our winners or plans first? Let's do our winners.
Yeah.
All right. So our winners, some of them, I know who you are, and I can send with your fabric of the month. So that's cool. So for Flosstube friends,
this one. Lucky winner is
the Okie Stitcher.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. If I don't have your address, please send that to me.
Via which email? The one in the link?
GraceNotesStitchers@gmail.com.
We'll get that out to you.
Jay Manella actually won 2 Strangers and Friendship. They were both of our hobby house. That's pretty cool. So congratulations, Jay. It's Jay Manella 4213. But you're still the you're the only Jay Manella that commented. Yeah. So, and then Joy to the World is Carolyn Mercer. Congratulations. So I will get that out with your fabric of the month. All right.
Thank you for spending our 5 years with us.
Yeah, being faithful watchers. It's been quite a ride.
It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, I mean, we've had our ups and downs of weekly videos, monthly, 5 months off.
And even like events, yes, and our hiatus.
Alone.
Working at Hobby Lobby and graduating. So,
yeah, there's been a lot of
events.
A lot of things going on.
You've been there through our lives. Thank you for that.
You basically watched her grow up.
Essentially, yes.
I mean, she was in high school.
First video, and I got my bangs, and I think I have opened quite up a bit.
Definitely. All right.
Plans. Try to catch up on my peacock, and maybe peacock box will be arrived by then that I can show that off. So I'll probably do the same thing of showing everything because I'm not going to take time to clip. Here's day 1.
I was going to do an unboxing video of her doing it, and she goes, "No, I'm doing it every day, and we're not going to record me every day."
I want that satisfaction. So
I was like, "Okay, fine."
You'll see it all together.
Yeah.
Then it won't be like, wow, all together.
Speaking of boxes, we are planning a
small box.
A small box in October.
Yes, October.
All Things Oz. All Things Oz. So it's both Wicked and original. Yeah. It's going to be an abbreviated version. It won't cost as much.
Just the floss, fabric,
and scissor fob.
Yes.
Yep.
Yay! So look forward to that when you hear that. Yay!
You're gonna make me choke. All right. So I while she went and picked up her sister, I went and put away all my projects from upstairs. Those are the ones I keep them by my stitchy spot, the ones that I'm doing on a monthly basis. See, isn't it that's the word. It's just satisfying.
That's the word. Satisfying doesn't mean.
It's just so satisfying to rub it. I know, but it's a satisfying feeling. That's the word I was looking
fine.
for.
There's not a specific, unless it's in a different language. Find me a word that means satisfying to hold in the hand, to touch.
But anyway, I counted. There's 8 projects that I have been touching every month.
8?
Yes.
It's more than me.
So my monthly goals, I have 8 projects every single month.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. So then I already got my WIP. Well, obviously it's already June. I got my WIP Go calls. So I'm going to pull out Lucky Nutcracker. That's my caterpillar cross stitch around the Christmas tree that I don't love working on.
I remember.
Yeah, you heard me say that. But I will work on that, and then Practically Perfect. Again, it's on linen and it's not in Pattern Keeper. So that's the reason.
Perfect. Which one's that?
Mary Poppins.
Oh,
that's my Mary Poppins.
Oh wait, is that I feel like
it's not the same as Carla's.
Oh, gotcha. Because I was like, that's not one.
And then I have my Snow White primitive hair that I'm excited about. That one's monotonous too because it's I'm working on Snow White's dress. It's huge and it's all one color.
There's not too many colors on that, right?
No, which is what I like about it, but at the same time it gets boring. And so no full coverage calls this month.
But you have a board.
Yeah, but I didn't fill the board of full coverage.
Gotcha.
Thank goodness I don't have 20.
Paris Mandala, I apologize. That's shuttling.
Right. So I put all my mirabilias on the full coverage board.
Gotcha.
And then I just ran out of spots. So I filled in. So I only had 48 projects
only
on my WIPGO board. Because those 8 projects that I'm in my monthly rotation are not on WIPGO.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no reason for them to be. So that's 2 full coverage plus 2 different has always been put on that same board.
Right.
So big. Right. So anyway, that's kind of why. Anyway, the other one is Tale as Old as Time by Story Stitches, the Beauty and the Beast that I restarted.
It's not coming to me. But another thing that happened during this month is we did all the Michelle for shops for customers that ordered for the new Rosewood Manor pattern. Celebration or celebrate?
Celebration.
Celebration. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful pattern. And we dyed me a piece of 32 Jobelin of that because I did like the color. I was just like, I want to show up just a little bit lighter, so I went for the Jobelin, and I like how it feels. Not a huge fan of how it stitches sometimes, but I do like my 36 Jobelin. So yeah, thank you all for ordering that, and so we're starting that. I think it's because it just came out today, right? June 2nd.
Yeah, it came out today.
Yay! Oh yeah, I can say about that too. So yeah, I think I'll be starting that.
July 4th.
Yes, and I believe we'll be up at my grandparents', but I am also starting Lincoln's Eagle. So they'll be fighting for each other for attention. But I don't know if we had said about when we were exchanging emails, that I'm getting one for free from Rosewood Manor.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, as a gift. When I ordered, I had a lot of our customers who were ordering fabric from me. They said,
"Can we get the pattern through you?
Can we get the pattern for you as well?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I can order them. That's fine." And then also I have extras that I ordered for at our retreat because I put out a whole display. So why not?
Right. And I don't think I'll definitely have it started, but I don't think I'll have it finished by the anniversary of the United States.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to stitch it. It's so beautiful.
But yeah, Colleen wanted to stitch it before she even knew it was on Michelle.
Oh yeah, I just saw it.
So I told Karen, Karen Kluba, the designer of Rosewood Manor, I told her how much both my sister and my daughter loved it, but I said my daughter wanted to stitch it before she even knew it was our fabric. And she's like, "Oh, I'm going to throw in a special one, an extra pattern, special gift from Karen to Colleen." So
I'm very grateful.
So that's pretty cool.
But we also, we did not grab it. We are on the front cover of Needlework Marketplace. I mean, her pattern but has our fabric. So
that was kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
It was like one of those surreal moments because, we were like, "Oh, look, there it is." And I was like, "Wait,
it is on
that means our fabric's on the cover." So that was kind of cool because totally unexpected.
Yeah, Needlework. Is it called Market? What is it called?
No, Needleworker. I don't know.
So it's the magazine
by Yarn Tree.
Yes, by Yarn Tree. So yeah,
that goes out to all the shops.
It's huge. Oh, that was so cool.
Yes, it's very, very cool. So that was quite an honor. I mean, I know it had nothing to do with us really, but it just was kind of like a side thing.
It's very nice that she just used our fabric for that.
And we did. We got all of that out. Most of the shops who've ordered, we've already shipped theirs out. I'm actually going to go upstairs and ship a few more today because I saw that more checks were in the mail. So that's my next thing on my to-do list. Colleen's going to help me get floss tones updated on our website because that's huge and needs to be done because the Titanic pattern uses Lee. and somebody asked me they wanted to order it and they couldn't find it on the website, and that's my fault.
And there's not really anywhere else to get it from, so oops.
Yeah, but just with all of these projects that we've had going on in places, we've had like no downtime at all. So this week is our catch-up week. There are some more orders for Michelle that we have to do because some of the fabric had spots on it. So we have to cut and serge and dye that this week and get that out. So that will be done. So this week is a catch-up week. I don't know how much more dyeing we'll get done, but definitely getting cutting and serging done.
For the month.
No, that's next week.
Okay, well,
we're cutting and serging next week.
It'll be all dyed, cut, and everything by the next time you see us.
Yeah, that'll be done.
We'll be holding up new colors.
We just have to decide how much we're dyeing this week, or if we want to save the rest of it for next week when we're cutting and serging. So that's for us to talk about and try to figure out. But yeah, and then we have our June retreat at the end of this month, 27th to the 29th. So I am going to hopefully get an email sent out to everybody tomorrow who is attending that. Our Facebook group, just Grace Notes Fabrics, we do have it as an event. So anything we've been updating, we have been putting in there. I apologize, not a lot of personal attention has been spent on that, but that's all we're concentrating on right now, is making sure all our ducks are in a row with that and everybody's on the same page. So we're really excited about the small retreat because I anticipate getting some stitching done.
Yes, that should be a day or a weekend that I can do a lot more on my peacock. And I'm not saying I'm getting burned down on it. No way. But you know, I do want to focus on it. Give it love.
But my sister-in-law, her aunt, is coming. She wants to learn how to stitch. So we're going to squeeze her in between us. And we'll teach her to stitch over the weekend. And she already picked her pattern. So I get to kit that all up this week and have that ready to go. So like I said, we have a lot of stuff on our plate and we're excited about it. And I don't feel overwhelmed anymore. I actually feel like we can breathe.
May was a busy month for you.
May was very busy, and so was April.
Yes.
We had a couple retreats in April.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot converged at once. So yeah, now I feel like we can finally breathe. So, all right. With that, we're going to say goodbye.
Happy stitching!